Special weekend of football, wasn't it? Today I'm gonna go over the three things that really stood out to me this weekend over, Europe's top five leagues, and yeah, let's just get started. Welcome to the JVM Football channel, where you can find game analysis, football history, individual performances, top tens, etc. If you are interested and would like more football content like this, please subscribe to the channel. The first thing we're going to talk about is something that I think I've talked about too many times already this on my channel, and that is Ole and Manchester United. And the first thing I'm going to talk about today is enough is enough. It gets to a point where you just need to address the problem how it is. Ole is of course a great legend at United, done great things, and even as a manager I think that Ole has done great things, which I talked about last week on the video Time Is Up for Ole. But again, enough is enough. Losing 5-0 to Liverpool this weekend, it just hurt. It just really hurt, and I wouldn't say so much the loss, but it's the way United lost. No fight, no desire, and then you saw that thing of Ronaldo just kicking Curtis Jones. You could just tell how frustrated Ronaldo was. And even when you're losing 4-0 at halftime, even when when you're losing 4-0 at halftime, you should at least try and go for the win. But no, Ole decides to take out Mason Greenwood, puts on Pogba, and leaves McTominay and Fred on the pitch. I think that move alone just tells you that time is up for Ole. You can't be losing 4-0 at Old Trafford against your biggest rivals and you still keep that midfield pivot. You take out Greenwood, who's been one of the best players for the squad this season, and you should at least try and go. I mean, you're already losing. At least try and go for something, but no, you decide to sit back, and then probably gets a red card. And again, take out one of those two, but no, you keep them on the pitch. And even of this horrible performance, I ask, what's next for Ronaldo? We all know Ronaldo came to United to win. Ronaldo didn't come to retire or to end his career or where he started. Ronaldo came here to win. And again, I bring back that Curtis Jones moment when he was just kicking him about. He's frustrated. Ronaldo is not used to being in a team where I wouldn't say you lose frequently, but I'd say where there's no clear game plan. You look at United, and even the past few weeks you ask, what was the game plan for this game? What were they trying to do? And don't really have an answer for that. What's next for Ronaldo? I think that after this game, Ole needs to be sacked. I think Ole needs to be sacked in the morning. I'm filming this recording is 9 a.m. on Monday, 25th of October, and I hope that Ole gets sacked today, because I don't see how United keep this moving forward. Zidane and Conte are available. Bring one of them in the club, and I think that United can still turn this thing around. United are not going to win the league, but at least get back on the top 4 spots where they should be, and try and do something special in the Premier League. Just staying on this game for a moment, let's also talk about Salah. I don't think that Salah is the best player in the Premier League, because again, when you have Ronaldo in the Premier League, saying something like that is just disrespectful. But Salah may just be the most informed player in the world right now. I also don't think Salah is going to win the Ballon d'Or this year. I think it has to go to either Lewandowski, Messi, or Jorginho. But if Salah can keep this up for another few months, then yeah, he may win next year's Ballon d'Or, because he scored in 10 consecutive Premier League games now. He scored a hat-trick against United. This guy is on another level right now. It's everything for Salah, every time he gets the ball, it just looks effortless. It's amazing to watch this guy play. Now we move on to the El Clasico, and what I want to say is that although it isn't the same, it isn't that El Clasico where you had Neymar, Messi, Suarez, Benzema, and then on the other side Benzema, Bale, Ronaldo. You had Modric against Iniesta, Cruz, Xavi, Busquets, Casemiro, or even if you want to go further back, He had the likes of Beckham, Ronaldinho, those Galactico times. It isn't that. It isn't the same anymore. But yesterday's El Clasico was still special. It was still a special game, and yeah, it just made me smile. That game was just amazing. End-to-end game. Barcelona dominated the first few minutes, but then that run from Alaba, Vinicius Junior with that great pass, Rodrigo with that excellent ball to Alaba, great finish from Alaba. You saw for the second goal as well, the way Vasquez just went for the ball like he really wanted it. It was amazing. And again, Barcelona did not give up. They scored in the last minute of the game. That game was something. That game was a very special game. It's in the same El Clasico, but it's still a special game. And I want to give my 2 cents on this, and the first thing is Vinicius Junior's performance. Vinicius Junior this season, he's been, in my opinion, the best young player right now. Haaland is out injured, so that'll just obviously hurt him, and Mbappe is still doing Mbappe things. But Vinicius this season, he's just been incredible. And then although he didn't score or get an assist in this game, he was still a very special player, and this makes me very happy because I picked Vinicius as my player to watch for Real Madrid. Last season and the seasons prior, Vinicius scored 3 goals. His end product has been horrendous. It's just good to see a player who's talented and who puts in the work finally getting the respect that he deserves, finally putting in the numbers that we were expecting from him. Everyone thought that Hazard would be the one to fill up that big gap left by Ronaldo, but I think it would be Vinicius, and Vinicius, in my opinion, will just get better with time. I don't know just thinking about where this guy's going to be in 5 years is a scary thing. And the next thing is, although Barcelona lost and Barcelona are going through a very hard time, the future is looking bright for this Barcelona side. In that game, in their starting 11, they had 7 La Masia graduates starting. 7 graduates from the La Masia. Like this team is going places, and the future is very bright for Barcelona. They just need time. As well, in 5 years' time, Barcelona are going to be back on top. You give Fati time, you give Dest, you give Pedri, De Jong, all these young guys, you give them time and they're going to be amazing. You saw this for the Spanish national team as well. Barcelona, they're on a difficult stage right now, but I can see this team doing special things in a few years' time. And finally, the third thing that I want to talk about is Chelsea run riot. Chelsea beating Norwich 7-0. I, of course, knew that Chelsea were going to be a special team this season. I mean, if anyone with eyes that looks at that team knows that team was going to be special. A lot of people put Chelsea as their favourite to win the league, and I was reluctant to do that, and I'm still reluctant because I knew Liverpool and City would be coming out firing, and we've been shown that. A lot of people wrote out Liverpool, but I picked Liverpool to finish second, City to finish first, and Chelsea to finish third. And I still think that's what's going to happen. But I just want to say that Chelsea are looking dangerous. This Chelsea team it just looks like they can go head to head with anyone in Europe, and even those like the small games, if you want to, against the likes of Norwich and stuff, they'll still dominate. This team they make football look easy. That's the feeling I got when I watched that game. Everything, like the way the fullbacks were joining in the game, the way Mount, Havertz, and Odoi were interchanging, excellent football. Tuchel has done an excellent job with this Chelsea side, and let's also not forget they kept a clean sheet. Like, you think a team that goes forward that much, where they would leave gaps in behind, but that's not what happens. This team is fluid offensively while keeping an excellent back three. Chelsea may just repeat in the Champions League. I don't think so, because PSG, even United, if they get a new coach, City, those teams I think they'll be better in the Champions League, but Chelsea are looking dangerous. And yeah, well done to Mason Mount, that hat-trick. He really deserves it. My video that's done the best on this channel is the Mason Mount Chelsea's Golden Boy, which got like 100 views. So I'm a Mason Mount fan, and this made me happy to see him get a hat-trick. He deserves it. It's been before this game it was like 25 games without a goal. and that has been what people have been really criticizing Mason Mount for. But I think that Mason Mount, with this hat-trick, hopefully he gets back in that form where he can score at least 10 goals this season. And looking at the World Cup next year in Qatar, if Mason Mount can do that, then I think his spot is solidified in that starting 11, in that English starting 11. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more game analysis, football history, individual performances, top 10s, etc. This is the beginning of something special, and it would mean the world to me if you subscribed and help me to grow this channel.